Hey everybody, welcome to HTGAWU University Podcast. We are Abigail, Sergio, Luciano, Kevin, and Vanessa, a bunch of students trying to survive classes, deadlines, questionable chances food, and a strike without completely losing our minds. Whether you're a first year figuring things out, a senior trying to make it to the finish line, or just here for the laugh and lessons, you're in the right place. From study hacks and study tips to navigation friendship, burnout, and that one professor who never cursed the grade, we got you covered.
Today in episode 2, how to survive studying when you've never really studied, we're talking about the academic reality check that hits most students during their first semester. We'll share what it's like to fail your first test, realize your old methods don't work, and slowly figure out how to actually learn in university, all while trying not to lose your mind. If you ever stared at your notes wondering what went wrong, this one's for you. Let's get into it.
It was my first semester. I was confident, too confident maybe. I had 5 subjects and I thought I could just breathe through them like I did in high school. But then came differential calculus. The first test, boom, failed. Second test, another failed. By the third, I knew I was in deep trouble. I had no idea how to study. I didn't know where to start or what mattered the most. I was drowning in assignments from other classes, just trying to keep my head above water. Still, I went to every class, took notes, paid attention. I really thought that would be enough. I wasn't being lazy.
Wait, so you were actually doing the work?
Yeah, I even watched a long video once, like epic trilogy length, and checked out some exercises in the textbook that looked like what the professor did. But somehow none of it really clicked. It felt like I was doing everything I could and still falling behind. By the end of the semester, I needed a 5.6 to pass. The final was my last opportunity. Then the professor made an announcement. He will double the grade of the final and replace our lowest score. And to make things even more surreal, he said we could take the exam home. We had 2 days to complete it. A group of friends and I got together and spent hours working on it. We were stuck, exhausted, running on caffeine and despair, but determined. It felt like we were fighting for our lives. That curve and that take-home final saved my semester. Just barely.
We've all had something like that happen. The transition from school to university is brutal because nobody teaches you how to learn here. You expect to already know.
And let's not even talk about how different each professor is. Some are super shy and love giving second chance. Others, you fail once, and they basically hold a funeral for your grade.
That's why it's a great idea to ask around before choosing classes. Talk to people who've already taken those subjects, or even check websites where students leave reviews about professors. It's not cheating, it's just being strategic.
Exactly, it's like asking for restaurant tips, but instead of avoiding bad tacos, you are avoiding emotional damage in calculus.
Honestly, learning how to study in university is a skill that takes time. What worked before might not work now. Flashcards, summaries, watching YouTube tutorials, joining study groups. You need to try things and see what clicks.
And time management, that's the other monster. It's easy to leave everything for the last minute when you're still adjusting to a new schedule, new environment, maybe even living alone for the first time.
We're not here to preach. We're just here to say it's okay to mess up. What matters is that you figure out what works for you.
And remember, you're not alone. We've all cried over a bad grade or stared at a blank Word document at 2 a.m.
Trust me, I once needed a 6.2 to pass linear algebra. You already know how that ended. Spoiler, no miracle curve. And at one point, I was so lost I misread my grade as a 0. Turns out it was a 2.5. It's still tragic, but slightly less apocalyptic.
No! Yeah, less apocalyptic. And hey, not everything has to come from the textbook. There are some incredible YouTube channels out there like Format I Swear by Mate Fácil, super clear explanations, no fluff. It's like having a patient tutor who never judges your silly questions.
Totally, and depending on your style, maybe taking super organized notes is your thing. Color code, diagrams, everything neat, or maybe that just waste your time and you're better off watching video and doing problems. What matters is trying different approach until you find one that sticks.
The big challenge isn't just the content, it's managing the frustration. Because yeah, you will get things wrong. You'll feel dumb, behind, like everyone else gets it but you. That's normal. No one posts their breakdowns in the group chat.
Exactly. And sometimes taking a break is the best study technique. Walk around, run to a friend, drink some water, then come back to the problem. You will be surprised how different it looks with a clear head.
Honestly, university is as much about learning how you function as it is about the classes themselves.
And once you figure that out, things start falling into place. Not magically, but step by step, they do.
Thanks for listening to this episode of When You Never Really Studied. We hope it helped you feel a little less lost, or at least a little more seen.
If you like this episode, make sure to follow us and share it with someone who's also trying to survive university life.
And come back next time. We'll talk about how to actually enjoy university. Meeting people, making friends, and finding ways to make student life a little easier.
See you in the next one!